Good morning everybody and welcome back. This is part 2 of my 100% to zero efficiency test. So I've got another decent journey of around anywhere between 65 and 75 miles today. So I'll drop some quick updates as we go along, but quickly I'll just show you where I am at the start of my journey. So my battery's currently sitting at 53%. I've done 141 miles since the start of charge, 33 kilowatts with 237 watts per mile. So, onwards and upwards, let's get going with the journey. Right, as you can see, the journey is busy. It's cold, well, it's not cold, what's the temperature? 12 degrees, it's not freezing, that's 12 degrees Celsius. And pouring down with rain, so it'll be interesting to see exactly how well this car does in different weather conditions. As you can see, the traffic isn't good at all. I'm in a 50 mile an hour zone. As you can see, the average has kicked in. I'm averaging 11 miles an hour in a 50 mile an hour zone. So I'm not far away from the M25 motorway. Once I get on that, let's see what the M25 is like. Right, so here we are. I've done just over 10% of my battery since we started the journey. As you can see, it's just dropped down to 42. I've done 29 miles of the journey. Traffic has been really bad. When I compare it to a similar journey I did last week, there's a big difference. The difference is the temperature is currently at 12 degrees, where last week it was at 15 degrees. Weather is rainy and gloomy. So the conditions are different, and I would say it is affecting my watts per mile, because that is quite high considering some of the journeys I've been doing on different days. So the efficiency isn't as good so far, so we'll see what comes our way. We've still got around 45 miles of the journey left to go, and let's see where it takes us. Right, as you can see, I've currently done 47 miles. I've been 1 hour and 4 minutes into the journey. The journey's been shocking. Traffic is horrendous on this journey. I've done 267 watts per mile, so that is dropping slightly compared to the last update. And as you can see, the traffic is not very good at all. If I go to my map, you can see on my route, it's not looking pretty either going forward. Lots of traffic problems on the way, so that would be good, because I've never done a test with this amount of traffic before, so we'll see what it comes out at. Further updates coming your way. Right, I'm just coming to the end of a 50 mile restriction area. That's been going on for 10 miles of the journey, which has really started to help the efficiency of the car. So if I drop you down now, you can see the graph. I've got 117 miles potential range left, and I've currently done 203 miles since the last charge. My watts per mile is 254. It's took me an hour and a half so far on the journey, and I've done 61 miles. If I flick over to as you can see on the drive, the graph has been green continuously right the way through. And do you know what's noticeable as well is when you're stuck in traffic, if you just accelerate at a normal sort of acceleration rather than putting your foot down, I think that makes a huge difference to your consumption as well. I've been in autopilot most of the way, And I've noticed on the autopilot, when you're in traffic, it's not as aggressive as what it used to be. So I don't know if anybody else has picked up on that. It's a smoother ride in traffic when you stop and start all the time. So I've got, how many miles have I got left to go? I've got, where are we? I've done 62, probably got about another 10 miles left to go. So next update will be when I get to the destination. Right, so that's the end of the journey. I'll share the figures with you in a second, but that journey that I did there was particularly bad. The traffic was horrendous. If you look at the video I did last week, and the journey was exactly the same journey, more or less, give or take a mile or two. It'll give you a feel for the difference in how I did last week compared to now. So I'll take you through the stats for this journey and let's see how I did. So there's the graph so far. It's saying I've got a projected range of 105 miles left, and if you add that onto the 214 already done, it shows that potentially I'm on for over a 300 mile range in a Model Y Performance, which is absolutely fantastic. There's my journey graph. So I've used 24.2% of my battery on that journey, and obviously I've gained from when the journey first initiated, that'd be to when I've arrived as well. So overall, considering the traffic and the conditions, and as you can see, it is absolutely blasting down with rain as well. Not a bad journey at all, considering as well that I'm at 11 degrees Celsius, and last week's journey I was doing 15 degrees Celsius. So if you go back through that video, you'll see how the journey compared versus this one. Right, next part of my journey, I'm on a trip down to Lakeside Shopping Centre down in Essex. The journey's going to take me around about 35 minutes all in all, and a total of 25 mile. So where am I on the state of charge from the 100 to 0 challenge? So as you can see, I've done 221 miles, 53 kilowatts used, 242 watts per mile. I'm currently sitting at 25% charge. I'm estimated to get to Lakeside Shopping Centre with 17% state of charge. Right, just ended up at Lakeside Shopping Centre. I'll show you the stats, what we've done. Traffic was terrible, it was really slow. So yeah, I didn't, the highest speed I got to was 65 miles an hour. So I was ranging between probably 56 and 65 for most of the journey. So I'll show you the stats. So on that journey, it was 26 miles. It took me just over 35 minutes, as I said, 37 minutes. 210 watts per mile. That's the lowest I've ever seen that. Since charge, I've done 246 miles with 59 kilowatts used at 239 watts per mile. So, see you for the return leg. Speak to you soon. So the last drive was 26 mile, 38 minutes at 210 watts per mile. Currently averaging 239 watts per mile with 59 kilowatts used and 246 complete. Right then, let's get on the journey. Right, so the return leg is virtually complete. I've just stopped off at a local pub to have a spot of lunch. So I've still got about another 2 miles to go ish, so I won't bother you with that update. But on that return journey, I'll show you the numbers. So on the last drive, I did 28 miles with 37 minutes at 254 watts per mile. And I'm up to 274 on one charge since 100%. Temperature dropped. It's dropped to 12 degrees. That's crazy. I mean, it was at 20 degrees when I started the journey. So I've had a big temperature drop, pouring down the rain as well. So yeah, all in all, I don't think we're going to be far off. Probably is about 300 mile. I've got 10% left. I don't know if I covered that off, but I'll just recover that off as well. So yeah, let's see how we get on. 274 into the 100 to 0 challenge. Right, morning people. So time to finish off this 100 to 0 range test. I've got 6% state of charge left in the car, but while I'm here, I mean, this car needs a wash, but looking at it from a distance, you can't really tell. But if I get close up, you can see where the dirt is on the sides. I mean, I've had really heavy rain here, and the wheels are absolutely filthy, and inside the arches as well. So the car will be getting a wash today, as you can see. Look at the grime on it. But to be fair, the top end looks really clean. And I think putting this ceramic spray on has really helped protect this car. And with it being silver, it pretty much hides the dirt quite well. So yeah, really pleased with that. So we'll give it a wash later. Anyway, back to the range test. So yeah, I've just checked on my app. I'm 6% state of charge. So I'm going to take it out for a spin just around the streets and we'll get it down to 0. So there we go. 276 miles completed, 67 kilowatts used, 241 watts per mile, and I'm on 6%. So let's get started and let's get it down to 0.
For extra support from within. Over 20 nutrients, including zinc, to support normal skin, hair and nails. Perfectil from Vitibiotics, the UK's #1 vitamin company. Verification at vitibiotics.com. From Boots, pharmacies and vitibiotics.com.
So what I'm going to do is basically, I've got a little route which takes in some small little roads like the one I'm driving on now, and then I'll hit a stretch of the motorway which is about 3 miles long. So what I want to do, I don't want to be too far from home, so what I'll do is I'll do a continuous loop until I get it to 0 and I know I can get it back home. Now, through experience in my Model Y long range I had, I found you get around 10 miles before I started to panic a bit. After it was on 0, right, we're getting close. So I've got 5.7 miles left to go to get me back, and it's saying I'll get there with 1%. So we're not far off. Right, there we go, everybody. We're now on 0%. I've got 1.2 miles left to go to get back to my return journey. As I said, I know it's got a bit in the tank still, so I'm quite confident I'll get back safe. And then we'll reveal the numbers. Speak to you soon. Right, actually, what I thought I'd do is I'm going to do an acceleration test just to see what it's like when it's on 0%. So here we go. Oh my lord, it's still got that pork there, but it's dying now. The initial kickoff was really strong, and then it just died.
Now turn right onto London
So,
Road.
Let's see where, well, let's hopefully see I get back alright. I think I should do. Not too worried. Speak to you soon. Well, there we have it, people. 0. Like I promised, and we're bang on 300 miles. I've used 72 kilowatts and I've averaged 240 watts per mile. In kilometers, that's 483 kilometers completed. Right, people, so as you can see, Sylvia's getting a wash. So I thought, well, that's just taking effect. I'd give you an update on the final update, actually, on the 100% to 0%. So really outstanding results for the Model Y performance. Considering it's got 21-inch wheels on it, it did 300 miles, as you saw in the video. Now, I know from experience with my Model Y long range that you normally get, I don't know, but I didn't push it. I pushed it to 10 miles on 0, and that was because I had no choice. So you could argue that that car could probably do 310 mile on the full range. Now, I didn't accelerate harshly. throughout the 300 miles. I stuck the speed limits, and sometimes I was under the speed limits depending on traffic, but considering that the temperatures were between 12 degrees Celsius and at the very height 20 degrees Celsius for a short period of time, that ain't a bad result overall. So thoughts and opinions, hope that helps you all. If you've got any comments or you want to ask any questions, feel free to do so, and please like and subscribe for more content coming your way.